fan to offer up this evening. Pride and Joy number 2. Actually, it's probably Pride and Joy number 3. Hard to say. What we have here is yet another high velocity fan that I'm very, very partial to. This is the Lakewood HV18. I bought this at a Coast to Coast trade show back in 1996. It was one of the last Coast to Coast hardware store trade shows in Nashville, Tennessee. I think I paid the vendor, or at least the distributor at the show, something like $10–15 for this fan. Walked out. Unfortunately, I threw away the box. I no longer have the box for this fan, but I've had it ever since. And like my patent, we'll get around to the back here. I have to excuse my camera. This is a digital camera, not a movie camera, so bear with me. A little bit up here. Again, another Macmillan electric motor. Again, this is out of Woodville, Wisconsin. Sleeve bearings, but like the patent motor, this also has oil ports, and I'll try to point to it right there. And there's one on the front. And if we look down in here, you can kind of get a better look at the motor. I like this one slightly better than the patent for, well, a couple of reasons. Number one, the cord's a hell of a lot longer, which means I can put this fan located more conveniently. Secondly, the blades. I call these the Lakewood style, I guess for lack of a better term, paddle blades, or some people call them elephant ear blades. And we'll get another look at it here, and you can see they're quite wide, and they kind of resemble blades from a ceiling fan from like the 1930s or 40s. We'll go ahead and turn it on. I'll get in my hallway here. And here comes low. You know, hard to believe, as old as this fan is, what would this make it? Now, 13 years old. It's had quite a bit of use. I used to use this quite a bit in the spring and in the summer. As you can see, there is a little bit of dust on it. We'll go up to medium. Unlike the cheap fans of today, this actually has 3 distinctive speeds. You know, there's a difference between low, medium, and high that you can not only hear but also feel, and here comes high. Matter of fact, this fan's blowing so hard right now that it's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. And we'll let it spin down here. As you notice, no rattles. The motor's still in very, very good shape. While this certainly isn't as robust as a ball bearing motor, I think it's probably the next best thing, electric motor designed for fans. Lakewood, unfortunately, is out of business. Carl Kraus Jr. or Carl Kraus II, whichever name he goes by, had to shut the factory down. Apparently, their first biggest mistake they made was doing business with Walmart, and Walmart was not satisfied with the cost and encouraged Mr. Kraus to move production to China. And a lot of Lakewood products were sourced from China. They still made some of their better fans. These were made in Chicago for a while, which is where this one came from. But then they just simply could not match Walmart's incessant demand for a lower price. And even though they were paying pretty much next to nothing for labor in China, apparently that wasn't good enough. And Walmart yanked the contract, and that was probably about 80 to 90% of Lakewood's business, which pretty much cut the legs out from under the guy. I don't know how many people lost their jobs up there, which of course the loss of any American job is a tragedy these days, but I'm sure the financial people at Walmart and of course Wall Street are very, very ecstatic, because that means you can boost the stock price because you're not paying so much for a product. And of course the idiotic American consumer that trudges over to Walmart and buys this junk made in China, you know, basically by indentured servants, is doing nothing but reinforcing, you know, what is in my mind a very serious problem. But political commentary aside, I'm pretty proud of this fan. I'm glad I own it, and like my patent, it's not for sale at any price. I will continue to use these fans until they either wear out or I pass away, whichever comes first. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will add this on YouTube along with my other fan videos, and again, thanks for watching.